Hi everyone. I hope I'm audible, right?
Yeah, we can.
Yes, you're audible.
All right. So we are getting started. We have, okay, so there are people who might be still joining, but it's already 3:01, so we are getting started. So let me move ahead and I'll just skip a second. Okay, so before we get started, couple of things, if possible, please rename yourself with your first name and your organization name. If you don't have the same name on the as your first name and your org name, if you can do that, that would be helpful. Keep your videos on if possible. And during the entire webinar, you can ask questions anytime. So these are some of the house rules. So just I'm just going to wait for 1 minute for everyone to kind of rename themselves, if possible, turn on the video, and then yeah, we'll get started. Thank you for turning on the video. So I guess that's about everyone to turn on the video, so you can go ahead. And yeah, so if your name is not your actual name, so please make sure to change that as well. If it is the
Do you
same,
have any ruler to support those kinds of?
sorry.
அதான் NSC யாராவது ஸ்பெசிபிக்கா இருக்குன்னா we can see how much we can check in.
Can you repeat that? I couldn't hear that properly.
ஸ்பெசிபிக்கா
So I can see a partnership right? So if you can just put your name, whoever has joined, it would be helpful while admitting.
understand how much she knows about it. Like if you see she is some முன்னாடி எங்க தெரிஞ்சிருக்காங்களா அதெல்லாம் பார்த்துட்டு தான் enroll பண்ணி.
Okay, moving on. Now, before we get started, this is what we will cover during the 1 hour call today. We'll do live demo of the LMS. After the live demo, because it will be quite a bit of a content, we'll take a short 5 minutes break. During this, you will also have to think of the any question that you have related to the LMS and the entire presentation and the demo that you have seen. After that, we'll do a little bit the Q&A, the question that you guys will come with. We'll do a Q&A. After that, we'll talk about a real NGO use case, an NGO that is already using the Appo LMS. We'll talk about how they're using it and what's a particular use case. We'll talk about pricing and implementation then after, and then we'll end with another round of Q&A and then next steps. Although there are dedicated slots for questions and answers, but I would encourage each one of you to ask question relevant to the section I'm already covering. So if I'm talking about something during the live demo and you have a question which is relevant to that particular section, feel free to unmute and ask your question. You do not have to wait till the end or to the dedicated section that we have, okay? Now, we would like to kind of know each other a little bit. So first, I'm just going to give a little bit of my intro, and then we'll ask some of you to kind of introduce yourself. So I am Piali. I'm the founder of Appo and Tech for Social Good. I have over 16 years of work experience with nonprofits. I have been working for over 12 years, and I have led many tech implementation projects, including LMS, HRMS, and many other end-to-end projects. Before starting Tech for Social Good, I was working with as a fractional CTO with Project Tech for Dev. Now, because we are taking two names, Appo and Tech for Social Good, I would just want to take 1 minute to clarify. Appo are the products that we have. We have currently HRMS, LMS, and a school ERP. So the product side is called Appo. Tech for Social Good is a service arm where we do the implementation. So this is why you hear two names, not one. Now, all of you now have a little bit of understanding about my background. I would like all of you to kind of put in the chat your organization, which city are you joining from, and are you trying to looking for the LMS for internal training or external or a program training? If it's internal training, drop a 1. If it's program or external training, drop a 2, right? So I'm just going to open the chat and I'll just see that. So yeah, we will be able to see your name if you have already renamed yourself. So you can just put your organization, which city you're joining in for. Okay, for 2. Okay, this one is skilling for external training. Okay. Mukul for 2 as well. So yeah, I see there are 2 organizations that are trying to do it for external trainings. I also see 1 and 2 both. Okay, self-learning for social impact, 2 external training, internal, external both. Okay. So we'll talk about all the features that we have, but in order before we move on, I can see there's a mix of 1 and 2. Some organizations are looking for internal training, some are looking for this for an external or program training, and this platform will be able to cater to both separately and together as well. So you can run internal trainings, you can run external training, you can also run both of them together. So we'll in the demo we'll see how that happens. Now moving on, just give me a second. So before now, right after this slide, we'll jump into the live demo. Before we jump into the live demo, I'll just talk about everything that the platform has. So obviously, all of you might be already aware of this, that this LMS is a plug and play SaaS application. So you can go live in 1 day. So 1 day is all it takes for us to set up the platform. And once that's done, you can get started, launch your courses and all of that. So it will not take time like Moodle or any other self-hosted application. You do not have to do any custom deployment. We will be handling everything and you can go live within 1 day, right? Second, you can upload courses in any format. So including, so no format is an alien for the platform. So you, be it video, be it documents, be it Articulate 360, which is a learning management system content generation platform. All of the type of contents can be uploaded. Branded landing page builder, your own LMS will have your organization logo, colors, branding, and you do not need any designer or us to handle that. This is completely kind of a no-code way. We'll be able to do it in a drag and drop way. Quizzes and assessment, the platform will be able to, after the courses are taken, after someone consumes a video on the platform, you can ask them for quizzes, which are short questions like MCQ, yes and no, and assessment, which are lengthier questions. The platform can cater to both of them. It can also have free and paid both courses. Then it can automatically generate certificates once the course has been completed by the participants. You do not have to intervene. You can also enable the automated certificate generation. You can send mass emails to learner about a course that is upcoming and all of that. Drip content is something what you will be able to say whether if there is a PPT and if there is a video, can they skip one? If you enable drip content, they will not be able to skip videos or lesson. They will have to complete one before moving to the next part of the lesson. And then it is for both internal and external training, right? So it will be working seamlessly for both of them or separately as well. So let me now stop sharing this screen and I'll share my the LMS homepage and then I'll get started with the live demo. And as I said, I'm just going to remind everyone that when I'm explaining a particular section, feel free to ask question relevant to that particular section. Do not wait until the end. We do have dedicated Q&A time, but you can feel free to ask anytime that you have the question. Okay, now this is the home page. So appolearn.tech. Now your home page URL would be dedicated to you. So if Mukul is taking this for a Dawn Child Foundation, we will pick a domain before we get started. We'll take something which is related to your program or your organization name. We'll take a new domain and then we will set the LMS on. It will not be Appo Learn or anything related to our branding. Including that, we can see our logo on the top and also on the bottom and all the details that we have added. The entire logo, the content that you see on the home page when you land to this can be completely customized by the nonprofit itself. Let me log in and show you how that will happen. So first we will pick a domain and we'll set up the LMS. Second, your team will have to kind of log in. We will be assisting to customize the home page. So now I'm going to log in as an admin and I'll try to customize the entire home page. So here we go. We go to system settings and we go to, first of all, we'll go to this, just give me a second, website setting. So under website settings, you'll be able to see your LMS logos, like the logo that you saw on the platform would be able to change, the image that you saw on the home page. that would be, so you can just upload another image which is relevant to, which is more related to your kind of organizations. That would be done from here. After that, once this particular logo and this particular image and everything is changed, then you go to homepage setting, homepage builder, and edit the layout. Now, when you edit the layout, you will be able to change all the text that are there. So just click on it and pick a text that you want to add. Just give me a second. Just like to have. So I have kept some demo thing. So instead of orientation program, we might want to set a teacher training program. Now for MJ Institute, I want to say for XYZ Foundation. So you decide what you want to write. The entire thing is editable, and also you can also change the color of the text and all of that. You don't want it in blue, black. Your branding says it has to be in purple or whatever. You will be able to change it in purple or whatever. So this entire home page, including the text and all the images, all the links that you see here, including the icons, everything, you'll be able to change it from this particular homepage builder section. Now, also while talking to nonprofits, we also realized that some nonprofits would not like all of these complex things to be there on their LMS. They might want their beneficiaries to come to the link and to be able to see the courses directly. So you can get rid of these sections as well. So I'm just going to get rid of them, and you can, if your beneficiaries would just like to explore the categories or the courses, you can literally start from the courses and keep nothing else. And these sections are not gone from the system forever. If you want to bring them back, you will be able to click on the plus sign and you will be able to see all the sections that you can possibly add and customize, right? So you can make the homepage as complex or as simple as per your beneficiary and the training program that you're going to run. So, and also the sections are, you can drag and drop and take, you can just organize them as you like. If you want one section to be on the top and the other to be at the bottom, so you can just drag and drop. So this was the home page and how the home page can be customized before you and to the nonprofits use case and to the nonprofits content. I'm just going to pause here and check if any questions are there on the homepage builder thingy.
Hello. Hello. Yeah, this is Murlidhar speaking. Am I audible?
Yes, Murlidhar, you're audible.
See, the basically what I understand is most of the people are talking about the landing page. Instantly, you can create with some sort of the free tools. The second part is that already we have the website.
Yeah.
So in website, in normally we didn't mention any price for that. What are the charges and how do you are going to course content? In general, we have been hosted the courses elaboratedly and our organization profile. So in that perspective, how it could be, are you going to integrate this Appo LMS to our website, or you are creating separate land page for us and then offering the services? That's
Okay.
my first question.
Thank you, Murlidhar. I think this was a very relevant question, and I think a lot of NGOs might be thinking about the same. So, what I would suggest that if you already have a website and you don't want a landing page, so there is no obligation for you to have a landing page. We can literally turn on the landing page, and for your website, you can just put this. So, I'm just going to hover here, and you can see all courses. So, if I go to all courses, this is where all the courses get listed. On the website, you can just add a button and redirect it to this all the courses link, and they directly come here, learn about it, enroll, and get ahead with that. So we are not even saying that you have to integrate between the website and the LMS. You can literally put this particular link and we can disable the homepage. So if you don't need one, so that would be my answer. So Murlidhar, was I able to answer your question?
Got it, but what I understand is that it is a separate entity under the brand of the Apple LMS platform. Am I
Yes,
correct?
but yes, it will be a separate platform altogether, but the branding and including the URL would be all yours. So it will not be apollearn.tech. It would be something with your non-profit name. We will decide that with you. We'll go ahead and check which like domain is available, which is related to your work or your organization, and we'll take that. So URL would be something of your organization name, like xyzfoundation.com or something. Yeah.
Okay, I will ask another question later on. Let me continue with others.
Okay. Okay. So I'm just going to move on. So after the home page is built, now we'll see what the student will be able to see, right? So let us see what would be the student's experience or the learner's experience. So when the learner will come, so as we were talking about, they will be able to see the entire landing page if you wanted to, or they can literally come and land to this particular feature section if you delete all of the section that were on the top. So they can come and see all the courses that we have uploaded. These are all the sample courses. They can also go to all courses by hovering onto courses and going to all courses. So now when they go to all courses, these will be the categories that we have added. So from the admin panel itself, for the student to be able to see the courses, before publishing the courses, you'll have to create the categories. The categories can be anything that you want. These are just the buckets under which your courses will be added. So currently, I have created some test categories. One is staff onboarding, what is some mandatory compliance training, which is related to POSH and POSHCO. And then we have public courses, volunteer training. So these categories are just random that we have created. You can create as many new categories you want. And after that, inside the categories, you can launch add the courses. Now, if I am a student, what I will be coming to, I'll come to home and then I'll hover on courses and I'll go to all courses. Under here, I'll see, okay, there are 3 courses that are kind of there, and these all are free courses, as you can see. And you can click, they will be clicking on them and they'll be able to enroll to the courses. Now, when they enroll, it will ask them to log in, or they can also create an account. So if it is internal training, then if you have the beneficiaries already selected, we will disable the create an account option, so that nobody can create an account. Only you can create the account and give the students their own login ID and password. But if it's a public course, for say, for a program where you want any and every teacher to log in and take the courses, we'll have this create an account enabled. So then what they would do, Piali is a student, so let me log in as a student. The moment I log in, I will be landing to a page that called My Courses, and these are all the courses that I have enrolled for. Now, this is a course where I can see 100% progress has been done. That means the system has tracked that I have completed all of the material that were given. It has some videos that, as you can see, this is the curriculum that it was. Then it has a quiz and it has a PPT for reading. And given that the system has detected that I have gone through everything, and these are just demo pages, so just ignore them. It will give me a certificate as well. And the moment it tracks that I have completed it 100%. So this is where the learner will be able to see on a web app. So if they're on a laptop and they're coming to this particular URL, they will be able to see the courses like this. I will now log into the mobile app and I'll show you what happens on the mobile app. Just 1 second. In the students, so students have 2 options. They can literally come on the web app by coming to this URL, and they can log in and they can take the courses, or they can also go ahead with their mobile. Let me stop sharing here and I'll just start sharing on my mobile. Just give me a second. Okay. I'll just take 1 minute to share my mobile screen. Okay. Okay. So the mobile screen, let me just stop. So first, yes, Mukul, you have a question, right? Do you want me to pause here to take?
Yes, a small question. You said my courses.
Yeah.
So for example, I create a new course, and
Yeah.
then students are registering. So where this data will be stored? This will be stored on my laptop, or it will be on the server, and you
All of
would
the
have the
data.
access.
Yeah. So okay. So that was the question, right? And so is there any other part to it, or that was the entire question?
Yeah. Secondly, I also saw a certificate. So, is there a possibility of changing a certificate and formatting it? And that was my, follow-up question.
Certificate and where the enrollment data will be, right?
Yeah.
So the certificate building process, I'm just going to cover in a little while, but I will answer to the enrollment data right now, and then I'll move to the But in the next 5 minutes, we'll talk about the certificate building section as well, right? So in terms of the enrollment data, you will be able to, so under student enrollment, you'll be able to see the enrollment history, and you will be able to see which user, Mrinmoy, with this email ID, he has applied, enrolled for this particular course on April 2nd. So you will be able to have a detailed enrollment history with date and when someone is enrolling for a course, right? And the certificate is completely customizable, and I will be talking about it in the next 5 minutes, okay?
Sure.
Okay, now let me move back to the mobile app for the students. So this is my home. Okay, so first of all, one has to go to Play Store that we have. So I'll go to Play Store, and we will have to search for Appo LMS. That is okay. When I look for Appo LMS, the first thing that we get is Appo LMS by Tech for Social Good. So it is already installed, so I can see the open button, but for you, it will be coming up with the uninstall button. So once you install it, an icon like this will be placed on your screen, and you will be able to open the app. So I am logged in as a student PRD. So because I'm logged in as the student PRD, first on the home page, I'm able to see all the courses that are there. So there are 1, 2, and 3 courses. As we saw that on the demo platform, we have uploaded only 3 courses. We can see all the top courses, all the courses here. And on the bottom, you'll be able to see all the categories that we have. There are 4 categories that we have, and we are seeing them on the bottom. So on the top, you see all the courses that are on the platform. Bottom, we can see all the categories. And then when I go to my courses, on the bottom here, when we go to my courses, we'll be able to see the courses that I'm enrolled for, which is all the 3 courses I already enrolled for. And this one is 100% completed. So even if it's 100% completed, I can go ahead and start taking the course again, right? So we'll be able to take the entire course online from mobile app or from the web application, which is going to the URL. So I'm just going to stop sharing. Okay, before I stop sharing, on the mobile app side, any question on the student mobile app side?
Yeah, I have sent a question in the chat box. My question is, so when I go to the app, I see the Appo LMS, right?
Yeah.
So this will be for each and every student. Every student has to download or install that app on their mobiles, right? To
So
access the course.
not really. So they can also go open a Chrome browser or something, and then open Appo LMS here on the Chrome browser itself. So there are 2 ways to go about it. They can open a Chrome browser and go to Appo.
Okay. No, so
Yeah.
if they are applying, so for example, if we can give the option to the students that they can access both on the browser and on the app. So this when I see this Appo LMS, everyone has to click on that Appo LMS. Can I customize that as well? Like for
You
example,
can
for us,
typically
DCF.
typically we can do that. So, but typically right now what the app does, when you open it on inside the app, this Appo Learn section will be your logo, and outside it would be Appo LMS. So once they open it, they will see Dawn Child or your non-profit's name. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, we can
Thank
also
you.
do it from on the outside. But yeah, the currently launched app is only having it inside, having the organization change the inside of it. Yeah, the logo that comes here. Okay. Now let me stop sharing this mobile, and I'll go back. So I think that was about the student side mobile app, and now we will do a very detailed deep dive on the admin, what the admin will be doing on the portal itself. Okay. So now, first thing first, we already saw that once the system is set up, you will be setting up your home page, and we can also get rid of that if you don't want it. You can directly go to your courses. After that, the admin has to, or the organization has to go and add the category. So obviously, adding a category is as easy as filling up these details with a name, an icon, a keyword, and all of that. So this is just, and then you would be able to upload a thumbnail that you can see outside and a logo and all of that. So once you add your category, then for example, I'm not going to add a new category. We already have 4 category. Let us stick to that. Now, after you add the categories, which are your training buckets, under which bucket you would like the courses to go, I will now go and talk about how to upload the courses. Now, before we go and see how to upload the courses, let me first come to the slide, and I have a few things that have. So you all have seen that in Appo LMS, it takes only 10 minutes for you to upload a course, right? From end to end. So we will talk about that. Okay, so before I talk about this particular site, I can see there's a question. Okay, that was Mukuli. Yeah. Okay, now, so as we said that you can launch your courses in 10 minutes, but for that to happen, there are a few conditions that you have to meet. You have to have your course content ready, right? So that's a bare minimum thing that you have to have ready. Once your content is ready, you can launch is under 10 minutes. And when I say the content ready, we're talking about these 3 things. Either you have a video or a supporting content document that the learners has to read and the quizzes that you want. So these 3 things, yeah, all the lessons doesn't have to have everything, but you have to have a combination of 1 or 2 of these things for the LMS to have something relevant. So once you have these things, then you can launch the courses in the next 10 minutes, and we'll see how that happens. But before we move to and show you the course upload process, I would like for all of you to kind of give me a sense on whether if you're talking about your particular organization and the training program that you have in mind, is the content ready or still in progress? Please drop it in the chat. Yes, Ayushi, you can ask the question you have.
Yeah, hi. Thanks, Piyali. So, Piyali, when you say the content should be ready, the video should be ready, you also mean that we can link the video, right? Any open platform video can be linked to your LMS.
Yes, yes.
So any YouTube video for that matter, I can link it here.
You can, yeah. YouTube video,
Okay,
Vimeo video, any link.
Okay. Do you also provide support towards like, the quiz that you were saying? So are there the 2 questions here? One is that you were saying there would be some ready-made courses that are already there, right? And no, like the Posh and all which you were showing, or was it just for example?
That is for example. I'm going to create a POS course right now, but that is just for example. Yeah.
Okay. So there wouldn't be any ready-made course like which are standard across organization.
We are actually thinking to make that as a part, but as of now, it's not there. So as of now, it is an empty house that you come and decorate and do your own.
Understood. Got it. And one more thing, when the students or employees are logging in to kind of peruse this, the data that your LMS will store on employee side is only their email ID, right?
Just the email ID and their name.
All right, got it. Thanks.
Okay. So now, okay, so I would like each one of you to kind of please drop on the chat. Okay, if you have your data, content is work in progress. Let me just check. Content is in the design phase, still in progress, partial. Okay. So I can see a lot of organization where the content is still a work in progress, and for some, there are some available where they're still working on it. Course material is in-person training. Okay. Working in progress. Okay. So what I understand, most of the organization that has joined has the content work in progress. So we'll keep that in mind that we will need a bare minimum content or videos or some level of detail before you can get started. Yeah. So I will now go ahead, work in progress. Okay. Go ahead and share how the entire course upload happens in the LMS. Just give me a second. So yeah, so let's assume that for your organization, you have already added the categories and there are 4 categories. Now we go to manage courses and then we will be adding a new courses. So I'll click on add new courses. For the sake of this demo, I have kept a demo content. So for example, so this is a content that I would like to upload. So before I add it on the portal, I have already picked the video, which is a YouTube link. Then I have a PDF, which is, so I'm going to upload a Posh mandatory training course here. I have kept a video, I have a PDF that's available, and I have a question in the quiz to sense check that what they're doing. So now let me add the entire course to the platform. So I'll add title. In the interest of time, in the short description and long description, I'm adding the same as the title. Now the category, it would be compliance and mandatory training. Course level, it's a beginner level training. It doesn't have to be a advanced level. It's made in English. It's a free course for all the employees. So I'm just going to pick free. Again, paid is also possible, and payment gateway will be seamlessly integrating with this. If you have any payment gateway, Razorpay and anything like that, then we will select it's a lifetime course. That means it doesn't expire or they don't lose access to it anytime. And I will enable the drip content. That means they have to complete the courses from sequence, first the video, then the PDF, and then the quiz. So I'm just enabling the drip content to make sure they're not able to skip it. Thumbnails, I'm just going to leave it blank for now. Now, in terms of active and private, there are two things we have. It's one is active and the other is private. Active is if you keep it active, then it will be listed on your website, on the portal under all courses, and anyone and everyone will be able to see that there's a course like this and they can be enrolling to it. If you keep it private, that means you will be enrolling students manually to it. So if you keep it private, then after that you have to go to enrollment and then enroll the students manually. But for now, I'm just going to keep it active. So I have filled out all these details and I'm just going to submit. Once I submit, I have to work on the curriculum. So the curriculum had 3 sections. One would be video. Again, obviously the name for you will not be video. The name for you, when you add a pause course, you will add like pause course and whatever. And now I will add another sections. The second section will be PDF. I have 3 things: a video, a PDF, and a quiz. So I'm just going to add all 3 of these sections that I have. Now under the video, I'll add a lesson, and the lesson can be a YouTube video file and anything. I have kept a YouTube video for this, so I'm just going to select it. I'll say it's a YouTube video and I'll go to next. Title would be, okay, this is the video URL. I kept the title here. Maybe pause training for employees is the title. And then we just add the lesson. So under this video, you will have pause training for employees. Now, if I am a student and if I come here under courses, I will see immediately that there's a new training that has been added, which is the pause mandatory training. Now, if I click on this, under the curriculum, I'll be able to see there's a video which is pause training for employee. The PDF is still empty. The quiz is still empty, but I'm just going to, as I'm going to add, it will be publishing there as well. So now under the PDF, I'm just going to add a lesson and I'll say it's a document file and I'll go next. Now I'll just select the file, which I kept in my downloads. Here we go. I say the name would be POSH committee or something, POSH committee details. So first they watch the video, then they read about the committee details. Give me a second. So the title will be POSH committee details. And then I have selected the file already. Just give me a second. I have to select it another time. And then I'll just save it. Okay, type of document, it's a PDF file. I'm just leaving the summary. So now I have added a video. I have added a PDF. Okay. So I think the POSH committee detail has been added under the video. I will select and make it under PDF. And I'll update the lesson. Now, if I am a student and if I'm checking out these courses under curriculum, I'll be able to see that the video has been added, the PDF has been added. Now it's time for the quiz. Let me add the quiz as well. So under quiz, I'll add a quiz, add a lesson. Under quiz, POSH. Maybe this is a 10 minutes, 0 hour, 10 minutes thing. The total mask is 10, pass mask might be 5. And on quiz, you can also decide how many retakes they can do. You can do 2 retakes and then add a quiz. Just give me a second. Under quiz, we have a quiz. Now we will add the questions. When you add the question, there are 3 types of questions you can add: multiple choice, fill in the blank, and true or false. I'm just going to add multiple choice. I have a question. The question is, okay, so this is the question. Which of the following is considered as work-fair harassment? And I will add these options: A, B, B, and I'm saying the answer would be A. And I will add the question. Yeah. So the questions, so it got added twice. I'll just delete it once. So the quiz is added as well. Now we will go to the thing and we'll be able to see there's a quiz. Now, because we just added this thingy, and Piali, the learner that I have logged in, she's not enrolled. She can see an enroll now button. So, and then if she enrolls, she'll be able to then start taking the course. I'll show how once you start taking the course, what happens. So I'll just start that. So here we can see the video has started. After the video is over, she cannot move to the PDF or the quiz because we have enabled drip content, so it's locked. She has to watch the entire video before she can move to the PDF, and then before she can move to the quiz. So this is how she'll be able to see her content. So this is how you upload the entire content and everything that you have. It can be done with under 10 minutes. I'm just going to pause here and ask for any relevant question in particular to uploading your courses. Okay, I can see there are some questions on the chat. I'm just going to read them. Okay. Is it possible to tweak content in multilingual format like the context in a local? Yeah. So as of now, you can add your content in any, for example, from the name of the course to all the content that you add, that can be added in Hindi or English. But at the same time, all the system level tags, like for example, the name of this, just give me a second, the name of this course can be kept anything in Hindi, right? It doesn't have to be posh. It can be something like Hindi में dummy text, जैसे हमने ये लिखा है. So कोर्स का नाम और कोर्स की डिटेल्स आप हिंदी में या किसी भी लैंग्वेज में डाल पाओगे. द ओनली थिंग दैट इज नॉट राइट नाउ इज कमिंग इन हिंदी इज द सिस्टम लेवल थिंग. जैसे कि ये प्रोग्रेस जो है ये 100% ये इंग्लिश में ही दिखने वाला है. बट वी हैव टू एनजीओस दैट वी आर स्टिल कंसिडरिंग एंड दे आर टेकिंग द ट्रायल एंड दे आल्सो सजेस्टेड दैट we would like for the system level tags like progress and all of that to be also changed in some vernacular language. So we will be in the next couple of months, once we start working with the particular two NGOs that are working on with us, in all the versions, we will add those language things. As of now, it's not there, but it is something that we are going to do in the next 2 months. Yeah. बट या आपका कोर्स का जो डिटेल्स है, जैसे आपका टाइटल हो गया, जो भी कंटेंट है उसको आप डाल पाओगे, लेकिन सिस्टम का जो है एक्सपायरी पीरियड, प्रोग्रेस और ये जो सारे सिस्टम का पैनल है ये अभी भी इंग्लिश में है. We will do it in a few vernacular language in the next couple of months. Yeah. I'm just going to stop sharing and I'll come back to the screen so that I can check the questions a little better, given that my screen is shared. And yeah. Vincent, I think you have your hand raised. Do you want to ask your question? Please unmute.
Yeah, hi. Is there a limit to how many, courses or videos could be put out? Like, is there a limit or?
No, so we have a limit where if your course is beyond 200 or 300 MB, we will not. You will have to put it into another platform like YouTube or Vimeo and add the link. So there is a limit on the size of the course that you're trying to upload, so that the backend of the system doesn't get kind of choked up. But number of courses, there's no limit to it. Yeah.
Thanks.
Because when the courses are getting larger, anyway, we are hosting them into YouTube or any other platform and adding the link. Hence, it is not bothering the system as much. So the number of courses is not limited.
So what is the, let me say 25 MB is there in general. So what is the time duration will come, 5 minutes or so?
So time duration, we have seen that even like 30 minutes of video can very well be like a 30 minutes to 1 hour video if they are optimized properly. Like, so we will also suggest you just reduce the video size and all of that. 200 से 300 MB के अंदर वो हो जाता है. Even 30 minutes to 1 hour video, but even some 30 minutes to 1 hour video can be 1 GB if it is a high definition video and all of that. So it is very much on how it's being created and most of the time we do not have a lot of control over it. So 200 to 300 MB is completely doable. You can upload it directly to the portal. Beyond that, you have to upload it somewhere and add the link here. Yeah.
Is there any special software for that? Because
most of the business
to restrict the MB and time restriction. 15 minutes video will be 100 MB or 5 minutes MB, 50 MB like that. So is there any software for that or in general? Because some of the videos which are seeing in different parts of it is going to beyond GB also, not MB, it's GB. Yesterday I saw one 10 minutes video, it's gone to the 12 GB actually.
Yeah, exactly.
So how we are able to control, because we are of the because myself is the learning stage and then want to launch an online courses for that.
Yeah.
So how do we design it? What sort of support coming from your end, and how to go about it?
So in that case, now, like even for us, we have some larger videos that we use in when we are training the NGOs on the LMS. The large videos. What we have done, we have uploaded into our YouTube channel as a unlisted or a private video, and we are adding the link. So if you don't want everyone to have access to it, you do not have to add it to. I think YouTube has worked wonderfully for us for larger videos. That way, your LMS is not being choked by the huge amount of data that you're putting into, while you have a free thing like YouTube to put it as a non-listed or a private video. Yeah.
So can we connected our YouTube channel to this courses YouTube link for that, or
So you
separately we
cannot.
have to?
So the way that you can connect your YouTube and the course is that you have to pick the YouTube link and add it to the courses. That's all you have to do to kind of make that happen. Beyond that, that's how the YouTube and the courses are working right now. Yeah.
Because when we are going for the YouTube is completely public domain, so anyone can watch and observe the things. But whereas this course is specifically paid version or the free version, it is specified platform, specified enrollment, specified access, and specified learning part of it.
Yeah.
So how it is related to the YouTube channel link to the courses level?
So Murli, that YouTube mein na, there are two types of courses. We have been uploading them ourselves. Some of the courses are only for the people who are taking the LMS. We are training their staffs on it. So we have made them unlisted. So there is an option in YouTube. If you put your course unlisted, nobody is able to watch it. Only the link you will add to the course, and the people who is watching the course, they will be able to see it in the platform, not on YouTube at all. So I would request you to explore that option. YouTube has a very sophisticated feature to have unlisted videos so that you can upload it there, but nobody else will be able to see it unless they have access to the LMS that you're giving, right?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And also beyond YouTube as well, you can also add them in Google Drive, OneDrive, and put those links as well. So if you're not comfortable with YouTube and thinking that it might make it public, which it doesn't if you made it unlisted, but even if that's a concern, you can upload that into your Google Drive or OneDrive where you have some space, and then add the link there, and the system will be able to play that from there. Yeah. Okay. So I'm just going to move on. So Muralidhar, your question was answered, right?
Yeah, little I understood, but again, it's the technical issue before me, and I want to understand deeply on that part, and I will get back to you once again.
So I think we can do a one-on-one demo with you later. Yeah.
Yes, that's the best option.
Yeah. Okay, let me go back to the presentation now again. Just give me a second. So now I think that was beyond this. I'll just share my screen. Second. Okay. So we were here. So now I'll just do a sense check of what all we have covered. So for now, we have covered how to upload the courses, how to do your how to do your landing page, quizzes and assessment. We have covered quizzes. Let me take you through assessments, and then see and create courses we already saw. We'll see the certificate generation and mass emails. Okay. So now I'm just going to cover three things. One would be assessment, and then certificate and mass email. Just 1 second. Yeah, and drip content and internal and external training. I'll talk about internal and external a bit as well. Let me go back to my the platform again. Okay, so now we saw that when we created this fourth mandatory training, the quizzes are coming under the curriculum where you can add other quizzes by adding quiz and adding questions here. Now, there are two types of assessment that one can take. One can be a quiz which are like marked by the system automatically. You say what is the right answer and the system detects it. You can also ask people to give assignment where they have to write something which is will be a lengthier question, and your team can mark them. So for example, if I would add a question, assignment title, I'll just put it as Posh assignment. Okay, what should you do to experience it? And then you will put a deadline. Maybe I want this to be completed by 30.
Excuse me, madam,
Yes.
Piali, your screen is stuck to the Word document. We are not
Oh,
able to see.
sorry, let me share my entire screen. Thank you for telling me that. My bad. Okay. So this is how we saw that we can add quizzes, right? You can add the quizzes by add quizzes here, and you will be able to add the quiz questions from here. Now, beyond the quizzes, you can also ask your learners to fill out details or upload documents and do lengthier questions. And that comes under assignment. You go to assignment, click on new assignment, and let me put the assignment title as assignment and the question. Let me add a question here. I kept a question, and this is the question. I will be checking the deadline. Maybe this assignment has to be completed by this particular time. And then is active or draft? I'll add active. So now, okay, just give me a second. I haven't filled out the total marks. That was the mistake. Total marks 10. Okay, the total marks is 10. And I want this to be done by 13th of this month. So the moment you add an assignment, the students will be able to, if I go to now this POSH mandatory course and from the student portal, I'll be able to see an assignment here, and it says that you tell me what should you do if you experience harassment at the workplace, right? Now here you can submit the assignment and they will be able to type their answer. It can be as lengthy. They can upload a file, which is an optional thing, and they can enter their private note or a rough thing that they want to write for themselves, and they can submit, and your team will be able to assess them from the backend. So this is how assignment gets added. Now after assignment, I'll talk about a little bit on the certificates. So now let me go to system settings, and here we will be going to certificate settings to answer Smokey's question earlier. When you go to certificates, you will be seeing that a default certificate template we have already added to the system. Now we do understand this doesn't have your branding, this doesn't talk about your nonprofit. So your nonprofit has to design an certificate with your organization's branding and all of that, and upload it in this particular space, right? Brand certificates. So here in the certificate template, you just upload your own certificate template. And once you upload your certificate template, then you click on build your certificate and then decide what all you want to keep and where. For example, maybe your certificate template doesn't even have 3 things. You can just get rid of these things. Maybe it wants you to add something that is not there, maybe a test text. So you can just add it here, and then so yeah, so you can add your text. Maybe I'll add a text. Add, and then the text comes. The text you can decide where it gets placed. So you can design the entire certificate first of all by uploading that back end of the certificate, and then on the top whatever is written you can decide what to write or not, and what if it's something is not written, you can also write it from here and then decide the placement of it, including the size and all. I'm just going to pause here in the assignment and in the certificate part. If there's any question, I'm happy to answer.
Is it possible to upload audio file also in assignments?
As of now, we haven't tested it, but we have tested it for document upload, which includes PDF and Word document. But that is something we can look into if that is needed. So we can make that happen, but we haven't tested it for now.
All right. One more quick question. Do you allow APIs to access the content?
Yes, we are happy to allow API access for it to then take into other platforms. Yeah.
So user integration and everything is possible.
Yes, totally. API, once we give you the access to REST API of the backend of the platform, then the data can be pulled into other platforms. Yeah.
So user from our profile can get automatically registered to your LMS?
So you have to tell me in which platform the current users are.
If we can provide the API for creating users and all, like there should be a sync to be created between an app and your application. So is it possible? We can discuss the details later. But
It is possible. Currently, I think the NGOs that are using, they are adding the enrollment, or students are enrolling themselves, or they are adding or if it's a private school, they're enrolling from here. But API integration is possible, and we can kind of talk about that in detail from which platform you would like to integrate when we do maybe a one-on-one demo. Yeah.
yeah, sure. Thank you.
Now, moving on, that was about, okay. I think the last thing would be mass email and how internal and external can be managed in the same platform. Okay. So for mass email,
Piyali, I have a question
sure.
before we move forward. So for the assessments, like if we have some learning that we want to assign to our students and put them into like practice or assessment format in the form of quizzes or anything, how are we able to track that? Are we able to track that on this LMS somewhere, or is there a
Yes,
way to like
I'll show you
look at
that.
the participation, engagement, and other success matrices? You know, what are your success matrices, and can we work around that also? Like, can we have them customized for our audience?
Okay, so two questions, how the quiz results are coming, right? And the second is success metrics and customization.
Correct.
Okay, let me answer one by one. So in terms of, I'm just going to log into an LMS and I'll show you how so in this demo, we don't have people taking the quizzes. So I'm just logging into a live system that we have. And when there's a live system and there are a lot of sessions and you have quizzes, and you will get a button like this which says export quiz results, and you will be able to see. So you can add multiple quizzes in the same curriculum as well. So if you want, you will be able to see 83 participants for this particular quiz. You can click on this and it will download a Excel like this. And in the Excel, you will have the details about. Yeah. So let me first, if I just. So you'll be able to see who's taking the polls, or for which question they're putting right or wrong answers and all of that. So this is how you'll be able to see the quiz result. There will be an Excel export that you can do. In terms of customization and success matrices, just give me a second. Yeah, so this is how you upload the quizzes. Customization, because we created it in the last 1 year, and it is still like, I will not say a baby, but it's like this platform, we are updating it every month. So we are very open with customization, and because I think that's how the platform will be evolving to the actual need of the NGO. So yeah, we are very open to that. And in terms of the success matrices, can you repeat that question once? I didn't quite understand that.
Yeah, sure. For example, the example you just gave of one Excel sheet for one quiz that we can download and then see how the students have answered. I think
Yeah.
for us or for any audience, it would be easier if we have like every student's data, like what, because there won't be just one quiz, for example. There'll be many quizzes in our course, and how one student is performing in all those quizzes, how can we have that data collected somewhere and also like presented in a format that helps us understanding how the students are engaging with that, right? So this defines our success matrices basically.
Okay. Yeah.
So one could be how they are completing their practices or assignments. Two could be, are they going through all of their slides or videos, all the courses, whatever. Third could be anything that we define. For example, our model is more of a hybrid model where we're working with the digital tools as well as physical sessions with the community. So having that kind of attendance coming from the physical sessions can also be a part of this success metrics that helps us decide how any one student or any one participant is performing overall, you know.
So as of now, so I'll show you. So currently, in the next version, which will be releasing in the next 2 months, we will be working on the dashboard and the reports are very holistically. And I think these are also the things. So currently, as I show you, that you will be able to download a Excel export, which will giving you the export of one particular quiz, right? But you do not have a student level kind of a report card where you can see how a student is doing across the courses. But that is something I'm very happy to add that, because I understand that a lot of nonprofits and their use cases will need bulk data and also each student level data. So it's not there currently, but we are happy to add that in the next update, which will be happening in the next 2 months. Yeah.
Right, because that would be very wholesome and it will solve a lot of problems.
Yeah, I
Thanks.
can totally understand. And in terms of the report and dashboard, I think the we have a long way to go. And I think with all the use cases that we will be working with, we will be adding them as and when we work with the nonprofits. Yeah. Yes, Ayushi, you want
Thanks.
to?
Just a quick question. I don't know if I missed it. Do we also see the learning journey of the student,
So
like
as of now,
individualized and customized? Like if I would like, can we see that?
yeah, so let me show you what are the reports that you're able to see. The reports are currently not as extensive as we want it to be, because we spent a lot of time on working on these features. But now I think this is the time when we are working with the developers, we'll make the reports very holistic. But for now, on the dashboard, you will be able to see the number of courses, inside the courses, how many number of lessons that are there, how many enrollment happened so far, number of students that are in the enrollment. Then you will be able to see how many active, upcoming, pending, all the courses are there. We have 4 courses and all are active. And if it's a paid course, you will also be able to see some
This
revenue
is for
kind of.
each student you're showing, I can get it?
No, not really. This is a overall org level,
No,
but
no,
each
I'm asking,
student.
can we see individualized learning journeys?
So for now, individual learning journey, the way you have explained, it's not available. I think
Okay.
right now what we have the quiz results that you would be able to see how one person has performed across, like, yeah, all your people are able to perform who is giving right and wrong answer. But beyond that, we do not have a report right now. We will be working on it, and we understand that's one of the things that we have to have it in the plan.
All right, noted.
Okay, so I think, yeah, I think just to summarize that the reports need
Just
a lot of work.
one question. So I can see, on this curriculum there is uh, uh, section lesson quiz and video.
Yeah.
Can I add more like activities or something?
Yeah, totally. So when
Okay.
when I go to curriculum, these are not the only things. When I add, you can also add a lesson. So there's a very interesting thing that we have added recently is a Scrum content. So Articulate 360 is a gamified content creation platform. So if any one of you doesn't want it to be like a passive learning where they are going through a video and then doing quiz, you can literally add your gamified content using Scrum upload, right? So Storm is something, and similar with Amazon and iFrame. These are all gamified content that can be added as well, and including your video and text files as you add. Yeah. Okay. Moving on, and I think the way that I was talking about, when you add a course, the way you can manage both internal and external training is when you add a new course. This particular section where you have active or private, if you keep it private, you can only enroll your employee when the new employee join. If it's a employee onboarding or a cross training, you can keep the entire training private, and you can then enroll a student from the student enrollment section. Whereas if you are doing a public training where you want it to be added to the link and anyone and everyone to be able to add it, so you can put it active. So in the same platform, you can run employee training by keeping them private, and you can also do like a public or mass training by keeping everything as active. Yeah.
So in the active part, we will not require any login password.
No, the active part, people will be able to see it on the even when they're not logged in. If you keep it active, what will happen? Anyone and everyone on the web, they can come to course and go to all courses. They'll be able to see that it's listed, and then they will be able to enroll it to it themselves. You do not have to make that happen. They can enroll and take it. Whereas if you keep it private, then someone from your team has to enroll privately. Yeah. Okay, now just give me a second. I think we have done to the live demo. Now I think this is already 4 o'clock. So I think we have already completed for 1 hour. I didn't even realize. So we had a lot of stuff, but yeah. So for now, I'm just going to stop sharing my screen, and I would just give me a second. Stop sharing my screen, and we'll just take a final round of questions that you guys have. We'll just try to wrap up in the next 5 minutes. Please give another 5 minutes to wrap up. Yeah.
Um, uh, Once again, this is Murlidhar. See, basically, because earlier I also having the platforms like teachable.com and then plus Akuman platform. There are several platforms which have been experienced. So, why I choose the Appo LMS? What is the because one of the recent Neuron, one of the platform also there's similar courses they will launch, and then I can go access and then through my mobile number or email ID as a login and password. What is the benefits to this app or LMS? So anyone can download it immediately, because I want to see very deeply sense of the understanding the platform. Can I download it and see all the information? But that is the two questions for me. What is the comparison? Why I choose the Appo LMS, or why can't I choose the SSO teachable.com?
In the interest of time, I'll try to keep this a little short, Mulidhar, and I'll at the end, like in the next 2 minutes, I'll give you my email ID. We'll have this discussion offline as well. But I think that all the LMSs that are presently available, including Teachable, including Moodle, and all the Zoho LMS and all of that, their settings and how that works is quite complex, right? So I think what Appo LMS does is the simplicity and okay, the contact details. Kaushal, you are online. Can you please enter my email ID on the chat so that anyone who wants to copy that can? Yeah, Kaushal will add my email ID. But Muralidhar, I think one of the main thing is the pricing that we come at, and the ease of use that the LMS brings for both the users and also the admins. And I think in the interest of time, I'm not going to be able to talk in more detail, because I really want to talk about the pricing a little bit. So let me go ahead and do that. Just 1 second. But yeah, please feel free to contact email. So my email ID is there on the chat. Let me just share my screen and let's talk about the pricing. And I think that's the last bit that we have. So in terms of pricing, we will not. So we currently it starts from 50,000 a year, and you can have 100 learners, and all features are included. Unlike other organizations or platform, we are not gatekeeping any feature that you have. So everything that the LMS comes with, you get everything. Just the learners is be 100 learners for if you have up to 200 learners, it's 1 lakh, and if you have up to 500 learners, it's 2 lakhs for a year. It's a year-on-year annual subscription.